Tom,
Yes, sir.
I've been wondering.
What exactly about this time, sir?
I've been wondering what you know about Locke's theories on innate ideas. But not only that, also what a philosopher like, I don't know, Leibniz might respond to Locke's innate ideas. Any thoughts?
Well, I have many thoughts, but we should have to
I
answer
know you
all.
do, but any thoughts about the question that I asked you?
I think it's a very interesting question, sir.
Thank
and
you.
should stick around and hear some more. Hi guys. This video today will centre around focusing on innate ideas. Innate ideas are ideas you have before you are born. Hi gang. Locke is an empiricist philosopher who objects to innate ideas. One of his objections is the idea that innate ideas are not universal. He uses two examples of this, the children idiots example and a blind people example. The children idiots example is Locke saying that children idiots, referring to the mentally ill, are unable to know anything, hence knowledge cannot be universal. If knowledge isn't universal, it can't be innate. The idea with blind people is that blind people cannot see colour. Colour is an idea. For an idea to be innate, it has to be universal, hence there are no universal ideas. One objection to this idea is that just because an idea isn't universal doesn't necessarily mean it's not innate. Another objection Locke had to innate ideas was the transparency of ideas argument. In this he states that all ideas are obvious, the idea of this garden and the house behind me, it's all obvious. So if we had innate ideas, it will be obvious to us. Now the criticism to this argument was that some people would say this is the case. For instance, Christians would say it is obvious, they have an innate belief of the existence of God. Another one of Locke's objections is that it relies on the supernatural being, i.e. God, to implant the innate ideas in the brain before birth. This idea is controversial if you do not believe in God. However, people who are religious of any form, who believe in any form of God, would say that this isn't an objection on the basis that there is a God to plant the innate ideas, even though some would say there isn't a God and that its reliance on the supernatural being is a distinct weakness of the innate ideas concept. Another objection Locke has to the innate ideas concept is that how do we distinguish between innate ideas and ideas that are not innate? In theory, according to Hume, we can trace back every single idea to a piece of sense data that we have already experienced, hence the ideas can be innate. However, Kant states in his 12 categories which ideas are innate, which in theory prove the concept of innate ideas and which ideas are innate, which can be, so we can eliminate the ideas that can be innate and cannot be innate if we agree with Kant's theory on the 12 innate concepts. objections to the innate ideas concept is that he believes innate ideas are unnecessary. According to Locke, we can trust our sense data because our sense data is infallible, once again, according to Locke. He believes all knowledge is a posteriori. This means this has been acquired after the event. He uses the Latin phrase tabula rasa, i.e. blank slate, as a metaphor for our minds before we are born to illustrate this point. However, it could be argued whether our senses are infallible. For instance, Descartes gives us the malicious demon argument, in which he states that we could be being deceived by an all-consuming monster, effectively speaking almost like the brains of the bat argument. Leibniz was a rationalist philosopher who argued with Locke and the innate ideas concept. He believed that innate ideas were true and disagreed with Locke's beliefs on them. Leibniz's first criticism of Locke was that just because we don't know of innate ideas in the mind doesn't mean they don't necessarily happen in the first place. We can have ideas in the mind even if we're not necessarily conscious of them. Leibniz's second criticism of Locke is that he fails to make the important distinction between necessary and contingent truth. Necessary truths are a priori, whereas truth of fact is a posteriori knowledge. Leibniz responds to Locke's tabula rasa metaphor with his own vein marble. The veins in the marble are designed to represent the dispositions that we are born with, because we are born, in his mind, with innate concepts. Sup, sir?
Sup? Would you mind talking properly? You're fooling no one. How can I help you anyway?
Do you think our video has answered the question of what are Locke's responses to innate ideas and what are Leibniz's responses to Locke?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to give you a philosopher's answer. You know full well that I haven't seen the video yet. But I do feel deep in my heart that the audience that have just seen this will have really, really enjoyed it. Am I right?